The five Kleshas, rooted in Buddhist philosophy, are mental afflictions that cause suffering by distorting perception and perpetuating cycles of pain. Below is a list of the Kleshas, their explanations, real-life examples, and practical ways to overcome them, grounded in both traditional teachings and modern applications. 1. Avidyao, ignorance. Explanation: Avidyao is the root klesha referring to ignorance or a misunderstanding of the true nature of reality. It's the failure to recognize the impermanent and connected nature of existence and the belief in a fixed separate self. The misconception fuels all other kleshas and suffering. Real life example: Sarah believes her happiness depends on her job title. When she's passed over for a promotion, she spirals into self doubt and anger, unaware that her attachment to a static identity as a successful professional is the source of her pain, not the job itself. How to overcome: practice self inquiry, reflect on questions like, who am I beyond my roles or achievements? Journaling or meditation can help uncover deeper truths. Study wisdom teachings. Engage with texts like the Dhammapada or modern mindfulness books. Understand impermanence and connectedness. Mindfulness meditation. Regular practice helps observe thoughts without identifying with them, revealing their transient nature. 2. Asmita, egoism. Explanation: Asmita is over-identification with ego or a false sense of self, mistaking temporary roles, possessions, or traits for one's true essence that leads to pride, insecurity, or when the ego is challenged. Real life. John prides himself on being the funny guy at work. When a new colleague gets more laughs, he feels threatened and lashes out, clinging to his self-image rather than embracing flexibility. How to overcome: cultivate humility, engage in acts of service, e.g., volunteering to shift focus from self to others. Practice non-attachment, reflect on roles, e.g., parent, employee, as temporary, not defining. Write down qualities you value beyond ego-driven traits. Metta, loving kindness, meditation. Their compassion towards yourself and others to soften ego boundaries. 3. Raga, attachment. Explanation: Raga is craving or clinging to pleasurable experiences, objects, or outcomes, believing they'll bring lasting happiness. This attachment causes suffering when desires go fulfilled or when pleasure fades. Real life example: Maria is obsessed with her new relationship, constantly seeking validation from her partner. When they argue, she feels devastated, and her happiness on the relationship's highs. How to overcome: practice gratitude, focus on what's present rather than what's desired. Keep a daily gratitude journal to reframe perspective, impermanence, reflection. Meditate on the transient nature of experiences. Visualize a pleasant moment fading to reduce clinging. Moderation: engage in pleasures mindfully, like savoring a meal without overindulging to weaken attachments. 4. Devesha, aversion. Explanation: Devesha is the repulsion or avoidance of unpleasant experiences, people, or emotions. It causes suffering by fostering resistance to reality, leading to anger. Unwanted arises. Her life example: Tom avoids conflict at all costs, refusing to address his roommate's messiness. His suppressed frustration builds, erupting in a heated argument that could have been avoided with an open communication. How to overcome: face discomfort, gradually expose yourself to small discomforts, e.g., cold showers, difficult conversations, to build tolerance. Tenglen meditation: inhale the pain of a situation, exhale compassion, transforming aversion into acceptance. Reframe challenges: view unpleasant experiences as opportunities for growth, like seeing criticism as feedback rather than attack. 5. Abhinisvesha, Fear of death, clinging to life. Explanation. Happiness is the instinctive fear of death or change, manifesting as clinging to life, routines, or the known. It drives anxiety about loss or the unknown, even in subtle forms like fear of failure. Real life example: Lisa resists leaving her unfulfilling job due to the fear of financial instability or the unknown, staying stuck in a cycle of stress despite her dissatisfaction. How to overcome, contemplate impermanence, reflect on death daily, e.g., through journaling or guided meditations to normalize, change, and reduce fear. Embrace uncertainty, take small risks, e.g., trying a new hobby to build confidence in navigating the unknown, build resilience, practice stress reduction techniques like yoga or deep breathing to calm the nervous system when fear arises. Broader strategies to address all Kleshas. Regular meditation, a consistent practice, e.g., 10 to 20 minutes daily, helps observe the mind's patterns, weakening the Kleshas hold. Ethical living, follow principles like non-harming, ahimsa, and cheerfulness, satyao, to align actions with clarity and reduce mental conflict. Community support, engage with a spiritual or mindfulness community for accountability and shared wisdom. Self reflection, use journaling or therapy to identify how kleshas manifest in daily life and track progress in overcoming them. By addressing the kleshas through awareness and practice, suffering diminishes, fostering a clear, more compassionate engagement with life. All right, so that's that. Thanks for watching. Till the next episode of The Brandon Show.